Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Off the Top podcast, the return of the Off the Top podcast. Yes,
Oh yeah.
with I'm Zero Requiem, aka Jeremy, and my co-host right here,
Read your mind.
Mr. Ready Raymond. uh, Welcome, guys. It's been a hot minute since we last even did this shit.
Oof.
If I'm gonna go pull up right now how long it's been since we last did this podcast, because my God, this has just
Too
been
long.
it's
A
been
little too long.
it's been way too long. If I can find my, let's see. So the last time we recorded this podcast, so it was episode 5, off the top episode 5, was February 19th, 2023.
Ooh.
That's crazy because it felt longer.
That's significant.
I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was longer, but I had to remind myself that we did record a couple episodes on when you guys were here and when we had a previous setup.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was fun, but we definitely needed like a more like kind of like professional kind of looking setup, especially with considering the fact that we all just had to work on one mic. One person was like all the way in the back of the room, and then, you know, but it was just
this is like cool. This is remote. This is like do this anytime. This is nice. I'm liking the setup here.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been a hot minute since we've really done a recording like on the podcast in general. I mean, we've learned a lot over that span of a year.
Burrito Bandito.
Yep.
Arch.
Yeah.
Had gone over as April as well, and now we're in the middle of freaking May.
Yeah, 2024 has like flew by. And what's crazy too is like even like last year, like for something in like my field, which was pretty much just gaming in general. Dude, it was quite a packed fucking year. There were a ton of games, that I played through, I've enjoyed, and some that I'm just like I was low key disappointed on. But that's that's kind of like a different laundry list. Like if we get to it today, then we'll get to it today. But
down.
Yeah. But aside from that, I mean, it's been quite a year. I've already cycled through like different PCs.
That's nuts.
That's because I ran on my old PC, which was just, the recording was just, it's okay. It wasn't really necessarily made for stuff like that. And then I had the mini PC that lasted me for like, I don't know, like 3-4 months. And that was me like beating the shit out of it essentially. And it just stopped.
I remember when I was like gaming on a PC and the game at the time was like Toontown. Yeah, all of the homies, and we would remotely record from our own PCs using the unregistered Hypercam 2.
Oh my God, that's how you know we're old. The fact that we had to say unregistered Hypercam 2, dude. That's how you know we're old.
that was what I was balling with back then. And everybody would hop on the same thing, and we'd upload, all our stuff to YouTube. We'd edit using Windows Movie Maker,
Windows Movie Maker, and then nowadays, we have so many more new programs. At least what I use is a free software that doesn't have watermarks or anything like that.
Yeah, back when you could use unlicensed music.
Yeah. Yep. Man, those were some fucking times, man. I think I still, what's funny is I actually remember back in middle school, I would play some kind of sort of competitive shooter game. I think it was Quake. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Quake or if it's similar to it, which was just old school arena shooter basically. And
I mean that 007 one.
It's it was something after basically. It was I can't remember what the game was because it's been so long since it was all the way in fucking middle school.
We need another game like that. That was fun.
Yeah, I'm really hoping though, because there is a lot of games that are coming out. As of this recording, I did put out like on my Instagram story, future games that are coming out because we do have games like X Defiant, which is supposed to be kind of like a callback to the old ways of Call of Duty. Like it's more of an arcadey shooter, but
Call of Duty.
it's not that bad of a game. At least Modern Warfare 3. I don't think it's that bad, but I do think it still has modern Call of Duty problems with like SBMM shit like that. It's still fun. I mean, Kevin and I put like a shit ton of grinding on that.
You're making me miss Warzone.
You know, sometimes we just randomly just want to play Warzone, but we don't like play it for that long. We like play maybe at best like an hour or something.
You're like, we kindly remind ourselves as to why we don't play this as often.
Well, I mean, I can say this for certain. Like, if Verdansk ever were to come back, if the rumor is like true, if it comes back, I can at least say for certain I would be down to bring back 2 of our group members.
I'm down. I'm down either way. Either way, because I'll be honest, there was a level of tension, of hyperactivity that would just ensue upon just one stupid mission. It was nice.
It was a really good way of doing like BRs around that time. And I think that was like my first actual BR that like no, that's a lie. Cuz I did play Apex for a good minute and then I dropped it eventually.
Basically, whenever we would play and all that, and you know, with the OG crew too, you know what I mean? Like it just reminded me of like a simpler yet more complex times during COVID.
Yeah, when it was just everyone was still learning shit about the game too. Like,
dude,
it was great. It was a fun time, but
I remember how like innovative those graphics were at the time. They were like, wow, like this is. I wonder what's, you know what I mean? And then like they just keep revamping the vamped up game, and it's kind of annoying.
Mm-hmm. I think. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, Warzone has a place in, you know, in our hearts, but still, it's like what it eventually became. Like probably like I think for me, like when did Warzone like stop being fun for me was like I think it is closer to Black Ops Cold War.
It was a all-round sweat fest at one point. So it's like
it still is. Like, dude, fucking Rebirth Island, like it's fun, but oh my god, I've never felt like playing like so much sweat. Like, I'm like, dude, these kids like don't know what a fucking like what other video game there is out there.
Yeah, well, some people live by the Call of Duty.
Literally, like. Meanwhile, we're over here just fucking playing Fortnite with our stupid collabs and shit like that.
It's so weird how like I don't know how I went from playing Fortnite mobile, then COVID happened, and then everybody went on that Call of Duty craze again, and then now it's slowly but surely just exploding again. I don't even know what Fortnite is about anymore. It's got Legos.
I mean, I've always had. So here's the funny thing: is like as much as I enjoy like Fortnite, still like the fact that even my roommates are fucking playing this game with us now. I'm gonna be honest. It's like, yeah, this game's a fucking walking advertisement.
Like
it doesn't have the identity that it used to have.
It's an existential crisis pit.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like you don't know if you don't know what to do with your franchises, just throw it in Fortnite, see what happens.
That's what I'm saying.
But I mean, nonetheless, though, I mean, the gameplay is at least still fun. But I can understand like why people don't like the game anymore, or they just fell out of it entirely. I don't think she enjoys that. Anyways, but I think still like regardless, while Fortnite does do things that I agree is like it does need to change up its own like style, because otherwise if it remained the same way as it was in Chapter 1, I was like that game would have died like 2 years later or something.
I do like all of these themes, the mobilities, but What is Fortnite now to what it like, compared to what it was back when it was on the mobile? Well, it still is on the mobile, but like, do you remember how like everybody, like, if you weren't playing that game, it was kind of an issue socially.
Yeah, because it was like the most popular thing in the world, and it was just like, well, why aren't you on the hype train or shit like that?
Isn't that weird?
It is like, I'll be honest, I'm about as surprised as you when when I found myself playing that game. Once like
I
zero
remember
build
like,
up,
wait, didn't you never used to play that game?
I
I'm
had
like,
a thing against it because it was. I mean, let's put it this way: I was pretty much Fortnite's biggest hater. I'll admit it.
see, I wasn't. I was like,
You
are you
enjoyed
bored?
it for what it
Yeah.
was, because you actually played the game. I tried it, and I was like, I don't get this shit, dude. Now,
My
mind
friend
you,
was like, no. Oh, there you go. I was looking at my friend. I was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm on this like mobile game. It's like really popular right now. And, it's called Fortnite. I'm like, oh. Well, I mean, how much is it? It's free. I'm like, wait, really? Okay, here.
they're like, sign me up. They're like, yeah, fuck it.
I was literally playing with my friend in my car, smoking, enjoying the evening. But then we were like, let's just play. And I'm
Let's
like,
play the
whoa,
game. And like, yeah.
that was cool. That was cool. I was like, dude, this is pretty good, bro. Like, what the hell? It was really nice. But then, like, now it's got everything. I'm talking about Avatar, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Lego, fucking
Marvel and DC.
Marvel, fucking DC, both of them.
Mm-hmm. And then you also got celebrities on top of it too.
Yeah, I mean, soccer players, basketball players, baseball players.
Actually, I don't even know if there is a baseball player yet on the game, at least not to my knowledge. I mean,
What else?
like, unless like Shohei Ohtani all of a sudden gets a skin in the game. I mean,
Are skaters on this thing?
I don't think so.
I feel like Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk would be a dope skin to have in the game.
That would be like Ryan Sheckler, Tony Hawk, fucking
Paul Rodriguez. What about him?
Paul Rodriguez. There you go. That'd be nice.
I mean, it would be they would be good Nike collabs, like, and that's another thing. Brand collabs too. With
there you go. They even have Balenciaga.
Well, that's we don't talk about. Well, thing is that the Balenciaga one might be I think that one's not gonna come back after that shit.
Lucky for me, I bought the damn skin.
Well, which one? Wait, which one did you get?
It's like solid gold with chainmail.
Oh, you got the chick. The Balenciaga. It's like a female character. She has like chainmail, and she has like
no. It's just the gun skin.
Oh, okay. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, because I have like 2 of the skins, and I was like, I'm not gonna even fucking touch these anymore, especially after that shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of controversy with that.
I know, and then, but still, like, again, it's kind of funny that like around that time, actually, when did Zero Build come out? That was what, 2022?
Zero Build's a new thing.
Zero Build was a new thing, like maybe like a few years ago. Yeah,
I remember like, I can't use it.
It's like,
yeah, I can't use it either.
Yeah, because what's it called? Well, first it was supposedly it was like a LTM mode, and then they realized how popular it was, or like how good it was, that they were like, oh, let's just make this fucking permanent. And I was like, oh shit, they actually made this permanent, and that's why I'm like in the fucking rabbit hole of Fortnite.
See, that was, I mean, because I'm sorry, this was people. When you're up against people, you're like, okay, cool. Then you see somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
Yeah, literally, you're just like going like fucking insane with this shit.
Rubik's Cube.
I mean, well, you also got like well, it's either that or you have like mouse and keyboard players too.
See, and then that's the little cheat code. Is if you wanted a faster playing experience, you would play at home on your PC.
Yeah, if people had like if it was like optimized. Well, you also get people who like downgrade their graphics just to have like higher frame rates, and that's more of a competitive thing though.
I had epic games on my Mac. It was amazing.
Yeah, because of the Epic Game Store. I think it's something you could download.
God, and then now it's just like slow as hell because of the capabilities. It's just not the same anymore.
Do you just did you delete it or you kept it?
I kept it. I need to delete it.
I would delete it honestly. If you're not even like using it, just delete that shit. Because and especially because like dude, like all the like PC launchers too is like the reason like that sometimes I get like kind of scared. I kind of like veer off from PC gaming is because there's like 10 launchers for like all the games and shit, and it's like y'all can't just pick one, huh? Like Epic is trying to be like Valve with Steam, but Steam is still like the best PC launcher like for any games.
And that was the only time where I ever thought about getting a PC, like one of those fast ones.
Like it's just like a
faster
just like a
rate.
good like PC. I mean, it's still like for me, it's still on the table to get a PC. It's just now it's not like as much of a priority as I thought it was going to be. If anything, I probably would have to just get like a new streaming PC.
It's crazy how much we've all prioritized graphics as opposed to like the inches on the flat screen too. Remember when that was all a thing, where it was like the bigger the TV, the better?
like the bigger the screen, then it's like the thing will look better by like
and
by
I'm like,
technicality.
That's not fucking true.
No, it's not. Especially because we have new like just like newer panels nowadays. Because like what's like I think like the best one is like an OLED or something like that. Because I mean we don't have our friend in this, but he said like I think it's like darkers look dark, like
yeah.
And it's just like the colors just look better on an OLED screen versus like say like in like a IPS or a VA panel or even like a QLED. But they're also like OLED also has its own like kind of like disadvantages. It's like it depends on like your own room essentially, like here.
Yeah, because this thing right here will get up to 1600 by something. The resolution will tell me.
Oh, it's like a 1600 by like what, like 1080 or something, or
something like that.
Okay, so yeah, you have an older TV. Yeah, because like of all the times I've gone there, it's like it's like I can tell this is an older TV.
It's so, like I said, it blows my mind because I'm looking at my TV and I'm thinking latest in technology, but then I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, how many more pixels does my eyeballs need?
I mean, realistically, like even on my TV, like before when I was playing on it a lot, I mean, it's just a general 4K like 60 hertz TV. Nowadays, I'm like, I was thinking about getting like a new 4K 120 hertz TV, but like I don't even play on fucking video games on my TV anymore. I'm like, I'm playing on this shit, so I was like, just save my money and then I could just use that money on something else. Like eventually I'm gonna get like a new monitor. I don't know when, but I'll eventually get it. Because even people are saying like a 4K monitor is not necessarily like needed. Because like let's just say like you play like somewhat competitive games. Like for me, I'm like I'm not gonna say I'm competitive, but like I do like to play, you know, a step above like a average player.
And when you said the words "I'm not competitive," like it should cut to like right there. If you just like 50 kills. Like
I mean, I say like okay. When I say I'm not competitive, I mean like specifically like I'm not gonna go and play for like a pro esports team. Like that's just that to me is just not. I personally wouldn't.
I'm competitive. I'm just not.
I'm not motivated by
world champion.
I'm not motivated by it personally. If anything, the only time I would ever want to be competitive in something and like actually like play for money is just probably a fighting game because that actually shows skill versus like a shooter.
Oh my. They all show skill.
I mean, they have a lower. I mean, for me, and it's like, and mind you, I'm only speaking on like Call of Duty and like Fortnite. I have not played like Counter-Strike, Valorant, and then we could even go as far as like fucking like League of Legends, Dota, shit like that. Those are games that are like completely like out of my comfort zone personally.
What games would be out of my comfort zone?
I mean, like Fortnite. Fortnite is technically like the closest thing you would have to it right now.
Well, it's the only game I play, so that's not fair.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's why I mean, that's kind of like why I prefer playing like if I like again, if I were to be competitive in something and if I were to like actually like try to take it seriously, it would probably be a fighting game. I just don't know. I mean, Mortal Kombat I could play. I mean, and then the other two games showed up. Fucking Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8 showed up, and I enjoyed the hell out of those games.
See, I like all of the street fighting games. As a good way to take out frustration in the moment. And that's really why.
Jesus Christ, you need water, dude.
No, I just stuck here. My phlegm.
Oh, you're still feeling sick.
So then, like, it just triggers me to, like, want to clear my throat.
Mm-hmm.
And just forcing me to cough again, so forgive me.
What
was I gonna say?
But like Street Fighter, it's like fighting games. It's like if you just need like something to just kind of like
in the moment, it takes my frustration out because the trick with the real trick to those games is, as much as one likes to button mash, one needs to learn how to slow time down in their own respects. So, for example, I always am mindful of not just using a combo, but using a dodge, using a backspace. You know what I mean?
Playing in neutral. You're basically playing neutral, is what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like you in real life in boxing, it's not just hit.
Yeah, exactly.
Hit.
That's
you know what I mean? Like Muhammad Ali was all about the dance. You know what I mean? Like the whole shit. Obviously, you can't see my foot, but like obviously, I'm doing like a little shit. You know, a little.
He's got a good foot because he had good feet work. He had good feet.
Because there's a whole, art to the fight. It's like I said,
it's not just the punches. It's everything else that goes into it.
Endless combos that you have no idea what are going to come your way. It's you throw one punch, you back up. You throw another punch. You just saw those two moves.
Mm-hmm.
So now you know that those aren't going to be the next two moves. So now you use the move that he hasn't used yet. So it's, for example, he used the 1-2 for punches.
Like he could throw like
a low kick.
Mm-hmm.
The one for low kicks, but then all right, the next one he's not going to hit the top.
He's going to
hit the top.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's one punch. You dodge another, you see another, and like another three moves, and you study those.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. You in the same way in life. You know what I mean. You got to tire your opponent out. Got to frustrate them.
Yeah.
And that's what I like most about Tekken. Unfortunately, I very much saw how that game socially can grow.
Oh, it's like depending on like competitive scene.
Like, toxic, like
I mean,
cesspool of just.
If you know what's funny is like if you want to just see what a toxic how toxic the fighting game community can get, just go on Twitter. Just fucking go on Twitter and you'll see like all the fucking brain rot like that space.
Ugh.
That's why I don't that's why I have a Twitter. I just don't use it. I just like look at it. I want to fucking like lose it.
So I don't have the strength.
I do not have the I don't have the mental like strength or capacity to even like bother with that shit. Because it's like, what the hell is like winning a Twitter argument gonna do for you? Nothing.
Walk under the bridge, I do believe.
The other thing too is, but still, I think the thing I like about just fighting games, like in general, just learning it too, is I think that's always like the most fun part. It's just learning it.
Now, like, I haven't learned any of the new moves.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're not really new, but they're like.
Well, it's like they're not necessarily new, but they're somewhat different now because it is a complete.
They're the new additions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, of the combo sets.
Yeah, you have to know like what works and what doesn't.
Some are actually new. Like I haven't learned the system yet, so
Mm-hmm.
that's the whole major reason why I haven't been, serving everyone's ass on a silver platter.
Mm-hmm.
There are a select few. I won't name them.
We won't name them, but
Yeah. But it's also not my favorite game to play anymore. It was a gift, and I thank the man,
mm-hmm.
Kev.
We thank Kev for that.
I just for some reason I'd rather I miss playing an open world game. Not even battle royales are open world games because you all have one quest in one gigantic world. You know what I mean? Like eliminate player, and so
But you just want more of like a single player
I
like open world
I
game.
miss Fallout. I
That's
really
funny.
miss Fallout.
You know what's funny is I actually just finished the TV series last night.
And how'd you like it?
It's
I was
really
during all.
fucking good, dude. Like I think it's up there as like one of the best like video game adaptations, especially
God,
because now I haven't really like delved into the like what is like the like what were the omissions because supposedly there's a lot of omissions from like what it's based on, which is basically it's New Vegas, but they mix like a bunch of stories in if I because New Vegas is like essentially where it is, but it's more like California because you do see like the like Griffith
Well,
Observatory
you
and
do
shit like
share
that.
you do share California and New Vegas.
Yeah, essentially because it's called the New California Republic. That's what the one of the factions is in the game, and that's a game that needs to be remastered or like ported
God,
somehow.
it really does.
I would
It
actually
really
just
does.
rather you know what I would just rather have just have New Vegas but with Force Engine, but still keep the freedom that New Vegas had.
Exactly. No, okay, look. I think that's what Bethesda could do as a makeup gift for 76.
Well, like supposedly, I mean, I'm not gonna go back to. I'm not gonna play 76, but supposedly they made it better. But I'm like, I'm good. I'd rather not play it.
Yeah, dude.
It's
Like,
like,
I hate to say it. Like, my heart was ripped out when I bought it
and
full
I've warned
price.
you too.
Yeah.
Like, I still am remember warning you. It's not in a state that it's like worth playing right now, and the fact that it came back and it's now like an actual playable game. Although I've heard like still people like I have like coworkers and like friends that have like said yeah the game's like fun for like a little bit but then once you kind of get to like the end game of it there's not really much to do.
Yeah.
See like the games that because it's funny that you mentioned like open world games that like you just want to play through again. That's right now I'm getting that with Ghost of Tsushima because I just saw that it got a PC release and I'm like my God, I forgot the title card. It's like one of the best title cards I've ever seen in a game. If you remember how it goes, it was.
God.
It's been a hot minute since I last played the game because like the last time I played was the DLC when I just got my PS5 and when it released on there. But it's been that long. I might even consider streaming that over the summer. We'll see. Well, I mean, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I would. That would be a great little.
Just kind of like something to just play because the other thing too is that well speaking of other open world games because I might actually I'm kind of currently debating on this still. I might do it, but I also am like I kind of don't want to is the Elden Ring DLC.
God, I couldn't get into that game.
I think I let you.
It just reminded me of
It's a Dark Souls.
Skyrim.
Fair enough. I mean, it's a very vast open world. It's like I think the thing I like about that game though.
It's like Demon Souls and Skyrim had a child.
Yeah, very much. It's very much a like because like I think some people have even like coined Elden Ring as like it's just FromSoft's like best like aspects of their other games just put into one. Like I can feel that because it definitely has better movement. It's not Sekiro movement because Sekiro it was a pretty good game. Like considering like it actually felt impactful as a game, and some of the mobility was fun, and the fact that you have different ways to approach things. Elden Ring is the same story. Like you have different ways to approach like certain situations. Because when I was like I played that game for like maybe like 30 minutes, an hour or something, just to kind of get my bearings back up. And I remember I was just playing it, and I was just like, dude, I fucking love this game. And I was like, that's right. I can either go berserk and run around with like my 2 katanas, or I could go sneaky and pick off people like one by one by backstabbing them.
And this Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah. You know what's funny too is like if you do play it now, it actually has if you do play it in Japanese, which I assume you will, and you can play like Kurosawa mode, like in the black and white.
I was not playing it. I wanted to though. I wanted to.
They
so
fixed
bad.
the good thing is that because it's on PS5, they fixed the lip syncing, so it looks more like accurate. So like if you were to play in Japanese, because like I remember on PS4, I was thinking about playing in Japanese, but the problem was that their lips like threw me off so much. I was like, I'm playing this shit in English. I'm sorry, but I mean they're still good. It's a really good English dub though. Nonetheless, I mean it isn't a American made game.
Right. You know, again, made by one of my favorite companies,
Sucker Punch.
Because they made one of my favorite games that I grew up with. It was like one or two like games that I played were Jak and Daxter and Sly Cooper and the Thievius.
Wait, I thought Jak and Daxter was made by Naughty Dog.
No, I meant my 2 top games that I played when I was younger.
Oh, that was just one of the games they played or they made.
I got Jak and Daxter for free, and then I got Gran Turismo 2 for free.
Oh, nice.
Those were the 2 free games that I got, and then the next game that I got after that was that one. Was Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoon, is because I bought a demo disc.
Oh my god!
I don't know why I would buy a demo disc.
The fact that you said demo disc, I was like, "Holy fuck!"
Do you remember that? Oh,
that was a fucking time.
Woo. Well, Jam Pack. It was called Jam Pack.
Okay, there was just like a compilation of like different games, right?
And so I'm like, yeah. Then Jak and Daxter was on one of them. SSX Tricky was on one of them too. Sly Cooper, and I'm like, you know what? Could I get like both of them? I want to see if I could buy those in real life, and they did sell them in real life at Walmart. And so I thought, all right, I'm gonna get this because I was actually playing the full version at my cousin's house in Arizona at the time. So that was a while ago.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
Gosh, so long ago. And so like, they made that game, and then like a few generations later from the PS2 to like, not a few generations, but the next generation, I guess, was the next cult classic that everybody was playing at any store. You can go to any store and everybody had this displayed for either just PS3. But they had it everywhere displayed, like Circuit City. Oh, that's right. Let me throw that one again at you.
That's oldie. That's an old one right there.
I mean, even if Radio Shack had something on display at one point, but again, Radio Shack, that's another thing.
Yep.
What is it? The next game that was super cult classic-y was Infamous.
Oh yeah, like I mean, it was. I don't even know if I could call it cult classic, but it definitely has a place in like a lot of PlayStation players' like hearts.
That's I just remember that it was so innovative in terms of like a character being able to scale and to like run around and like do anything to any building, fly around at the same time. It was nice. You could ride the rails. You could hover. Like it was nice. It wasn't that game wasn't just like, you know, man has electric powers. You know what I mean?
Because didn't that game also have like a morale system too, and then it changed the colors of the lightning?
Fallout has that shit. I love that, where you could like visit 2 like alternative outcomes. It's nice.
I think that's the funny thing too, because like I mean, I do want to get back to Fallout 4 eventually, but I'm not going to stream that. I'm just going to go play that game on like my own time, or I even make it.
It's fun.
It's
I'm a few trophies away from getting
like a platinum.
What is it called? Yeah,
from platinuming it.
It's super fun. but I have to admit, it does take time.
The game is a big time sink because the funniest thing is that, like, to keep with like the open world like topic on hand, the most recent game I streamed was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Like, granted, it's like it's right now, as of like this recording. So on May 20th, it's my game of the year.
Wow.
And that's, I mean, at the moment, like the only other games I can really like say are like up there in terms of like new games that came out like this year is between, it's literally that Tekken 8, and then I still don't know if I'm streaming it. I think I'm dropping it from streaming, but I'll still play the game, Stellar Blade, which was kind of, that one just surprised me in general. Like, I think the game's fun. It's just its story does take a minute to get used to, or just kind of it's a little bit of a slog. But I mean, it's still a fun game. Like, it feels very PS2-esque in terms of like the style of it. Like, that's actually a demo you could play, Josh, if you want to. It's very Souls-like, but it doesn't have all of the Souls aspect. But still, but once again, like, even though I kind of got hit like hard with like fucking open world and even single player burnout too, because that game took longer than I expected, and I should have known that it was gonna take a while, considering the main story. I was doing a lot of the side content. I honestly probably could have gotten close to 100%ing, or at least like 90. I think I did get 90. It's just, goddamn, the game just kept going. And I was just like, I really want to get to the story, dude.
Remember Apex Legends?
Oh yeah, that game got an update too. Like, maybe a few weeks ago. I'm waiting for squads, though, to be a thing, because it's still duos and... Actually, it's solos and trios right now, and, I mean, the solos is okay. It's like Rebirth.
God damn. It's been a minute.
I mean, the other thing, too, is, like, I feel like Apex is going to be that one game that seems to be a hit or miss every fucking year. Like, it's like, I enjoy the game. I just don't know if I could keep playing the game, like, after a while. See, like, the difference is like, with Fortnite, we can make our own fucking content. It's so easy to make content, like, out of that game. I think that's why I stream it.
I like anything that has, like, alternative modes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I wish there was, like, Call of Duty Racing or some shit.
Yeah. Oh god, that's funny because that you mentioned Call of Duty Racing, because there is a like a speedrunner mode, but it's like something from Black Ops 3. It's weird as hell. I don't. It's kind of like, oh, that's funny the first time, but I was like, I'm already over it. Like, I'll go play my multiplayer.
Well, it sounds interesting from just, that perspective.
It's funny because it's literally like, it's like a straight up fucking... I'm actually surprised that you weren't with us when me and Kev played it, because we went through that shit, and it's literally called Get High because it was around the 420 release, and it was like some vaporwave shit.
Oh.
And it's literally just like, it's just like you just going through a course, and that's it, with like 16, 20 other players, something like that.
God, the amount of people, like, I imagine take LSD and play video games.
I don't, like, I'll be honest, like, I think that's the one thing I will never understand, and then it's just like, how do people, like, play games and then they're like influenced by something? I was like,
this is enough. Sorry. I'm definitely not doing anything harder than that.
Yeah, I was just like when people do the hard stuff, I'm just like, I don't fucking get how you could function.
I mean, it is what it is. To each their own, but like, wow.
Yeah, it's a
wild little mini culture we got going. Like, here, it's nice, it's expressive, but it's also jaw-dropping, like, eye-opening.
Yeah. And then I think and just seeing how like people are able to just like do that. It's just like, I mean, I could understand like something like to like relax you, but at the same time, it's just like when it becomes a dependency is when I find it as an issue.
A dependency, you say?
Yeah.
On what exactly? Again, were we talking about? I seem to not know what you're talking about.
You're funny. But yeah, like I mean, still, I mean, for me, I mean, it's just like how it is for me. I just never was like really like raised on something like that personally.
Hey, that's totally fine.
Like you know,
Like I
you know
said,
my story, and then everyone, you know, all our friend group knows my story. So at this point,
Californication.
but wow, we've gone like all over the place with our topics. But you know what? This is the first episode back. But
I'm just happy to talk.
I know, right?
Feels,
we finally have something to like just vent shit about. And hopefully we get others on this shit, dude. Like I just have to ask our group.
Say what?
I'm like, I would be down if like our group just wants to just get on this shit. We just vent about random stuff.
Yeah.
And
just
then,
off the top. It's like, you know,
literally it's just the name of the title.
Off the top of your head, you know what I mean? Because originally you had me like come up with some like something on my own. You do have some topics of your own right now. But I realized I'm like, you know, I gotta work on this improv thing. So I need to go with the flow.
I just kind of like threw it as just like options basically, because I mean, like for the most part, like we kind of did do like some of it. We just ended up going into like a whole gaming talk type of thing. But
right, and it wasn't just that too. Like I like to offer my own experiences because I know I'm not the gamer I once was. Believe me, I'm like,
you're like completely. It's like the skills that you used to have are just gone at this point.
Dude, Modern Warfare 2 and Red Dead Redemption were just that was me. It was
you were that guy.
Okay, there you go. Hold on, quick little dish into the past here. Remember when you used to start a round, like a shootout round? You know, the whole thing was shooting people, but like, you know what I mean?
In Red Dead,
to begin a round, you had to like a standoff.
Oh, you had the Mexican standoff thing? Oh, that shit was so fucking cool, dude. That was like probably one of the most unique ways to do like a starting the round off on
right?
A multiplayer
I'm like,
game.
This is like, okay, you want to know how we're gonna start this bitch? Let's go.
Whole Mexican standoff felt like a fucking you literally felt like you were on a Clint Eastwood movie. That shit was Red Dead Redemption is such a good game, dude. But oh my god, the one thing that
was good.
The only thing that pisses me off like recently with the first game is like how Rockstar handled its like the port, because
you know I can't judge any game during the COVID era. I've said it once, I'll say it again. How good or how bad it was, it still did not reach any full potential to any extent ever. I'm just like, what would have Fallout 76 looked like? You know what I mean? Like,
it's honestly, I think it was just more of they just didn't manage the game like properly. That was like the first time that Bethesda actually had like question marks like surrounding them, because Fallout 4 was, you know, depending on who you ask, it's either like one of the best games or it's an okay game to one of the worst games. And that's like just depending on the fandom, that depends on the players. I just think personally, I was like, Fallout 76, the concept is good. It's just the way they executed it was terrible. Let's put it that way.
I can't blame you there.
But to get back to Red Dead, when they ported that game over, I was just like, that's sick as hell that they're bringing the game back. But there was no like upgrade. There wasn't really like anything that was going to separate the game from when it originally released. They literally were just going to be like, we're just going to release the game, we're just going to port the game over, and we're charging you $40. Even I wouldn't even pay like half of that.
No,
$10 is enough for me. If you're just porting the game over and there's like no like distinctive like PS5 upgrades to it, why am I gonna buy it?
Exactly.
I would pay that. I will buy that game at $10, and maybe I'll play it, but it's just still like that was just a. I mean, that's when Rockstar was like on its like boneheaded decision, and I pray to God when GTA 6 drops, they don't fuck it up. And this that take can age like fine wine or like milk. But that's kind of like let's just hope that gets Rockstar back into the good graces for the community and for culture in general. Because that shit is getting Cyberpunk levels of like hype, dude. Because it like the craziest thing is that GTA 5 came out on the PS3 and the 360. It's gone through 3 generations. I didn't even hear you, dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like for real. Like not even.
That's not a joke. That's real. It came out in like 2013.
This is the sad part. I remember when I couldn't afford like a PS5 at the time. No, it was a 4.
PS4.
It was a PS4 at the time. I couldn't afford it, and like I was in high school and I was doing all this shit, and so my ex at the time, her little brother, I think he was like 11 or some shit. I don't remember anymore, but he like had that game.
Yeah.
And I didn't have that game, but I already knew how to play it just as well. Like I was like, this is a great game. Like, wow, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah,
like, I
think GTA 5 is definitely one of the greatest games like just ever released.
Unfortunately, that game ended up being one of the rarest games that I wanted to play and never ended up like starting. I had it for a while, don't get me wrong, but I never sunk into it like Fallout. Fallout was like, yo, this is my shit.
I think and that's like crazy too, because I know you've told me that like you've never like that. I'm learning about that now about GTA 5, and I know you told me that you really haven't gotten into like Red Dead 2's story. That game is like one of the best like stories.
I can tell cinematically that game is just gonna like take you on a journey.
It's cinematically and it's very well acted too on top of it.
That's what I mean. Like the whole thing is very well done, as if you were watching a movie.
It's very it's very much like a film.
It's like they took The Revenant and
Django.
The other one? Yes, and a bit of what's that other movie that Quentin Tarantino did?
Hateful Eight.
The Hateful Eight. There you go.
Yeah, it's very much like it's inspired by like all that shit.
Like I like that.
Yeah, like, but Red Dead 2's got a really good story. Like, I think that's a game, like, at some point, I need you to play that, and you gotta tell me and Gavin, like, how do you personally feel about that story? Because that story hits, like, everything, like, in terms of emotions.
I got to see it. Because I know I think
I gave it to you.
Barely touching base with John Marston, so I'm just like, wow.
Oh yeah, you're way too you're so early in the game. Because like you saved him from the mountain, right?
Sink into it. I don't know why.
I mean, the one thing I'll give a knock to Red Dead 2 on is one, there is no like actual PS5 upgrade. Unfortunately, that's like something that like hurts me. It hurts, but you know what? It is one of. But you know what? It is one of the best looking PS4 games, like hands down, or just like that generation of games. It's one of the best looking ones. Like that game has, I think, from a graphic standpoint, has aged like very well. And it's like the same shit with like Ghost, but just Ghost got eventually better. Hold on 1 second. Doesn't answer a text. Um, but yeah, like that's a game like
God,
I want you to play at some point, dude.
I'm getting the nostalgia for playing Fortnite and you using the vocoder.
Oh, that's
God,
another
that's
thing too.
funny.
Like, I guess like to kind of try to get back on track. Well, not really. We never got back on track.
Yeah, man. This is off the top,
It's
damn
literally off the
it.
top. Like, but the funny thing, yeah,
It's
like
7:10 out there for those who are counting.
we're
Woo!
not even like a full hour in, and we've had like a lot of things.
Telling
Um,
you.
but I mean, some of the things we've been doing though, like outside of the podcast, I've been trying to stream like, here and there, like as much as I can. I actually took a break because I was like, okay, I have no idea what I want to stream, and then I have my folks in town, so that just kind of sort of threw it off. So I was just like, okay, let me just take some time. I'm just gonna like um evaluate everything. What do I want to stream like for the next like several weeks? Because I know we have the new Fortnite season. Probably by the time this video ever gets uploaded, it will. I just don't know when I'm gonna upload it, but when it does, we're likely already in the next season. So,
I
um,
I cannot wait. I'm excited.
mhm.
Oh, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think my chairs are here from Amazon.
Oh, you got some purchases from Amazon?
Yeah. So, there is a chair here. I'm trying to not get rid of it, but it's
It's
not
just
going to be
been.
here next time. This whole record wall is going to be officially a wall
Mm-hmm.
from top to bottom. So that's going to be fun. And then I'm replacing it with their bar stools that
Oh,
swivel. There you go.
oh, okay. So you're having a bar stool chair. Well,
Yes.
kind of, sort of. It's one of those non-back chairs. It's like,
It's mainly for what is it called? I want to get into the habit of recording guitar and vocals together.
oh, okay, got you. Oh, and
This
that's why you've
next
been looking for a chair like that. That makes sense.
that way I could have somebody else do their thing in the corner, and it'll be a lot more spacious. Like I think I think I might have to end up moving that chair, so that won't be in here. Stool would be right here, and they're right in front of the
Mm-hmm.
bed. Whilst I have this guy,
Like back
and
there.
then there's another keyboard I have underneath here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
So the camera angle would be like all the way in the corner of my room. But you can, it's charging on the plug right now.
But that would be like that's the idea of the angle.
This is the idea of the angle of the dangle. No,
Mm-hmm.
so it's basically the idea that I'm having for the improvisational live streams that I want to do,
Mm-hmm.
where you just click record.
Just play music and then just play music for what, like an hour and a half, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And so I'll get into the habit of doing that whilst I will be recording. I'm currently in the production for my next album number 4.
Numero quattro.
It'll be the reset button
For the for the
for
for
the.
yourself, right?
Sorry?
Like it will be the reset button for like yourself, essentially.
No. That's the name of the album.
Oh, that's what you're calling. Oh, wow. Okay.
That's the name of the album.
Well,
Album number 4.
when this
The
gets updated,
reset button.
once this video gets uploaded, well, there you go. We now know the title of the next album. Do we even know a date or at least a time
It should
frame?
be early August at
Early.
this point.
So
That should be I should be done with film production and film advertising, or film production for advertising, like mid-June, late June,
And then it just
and
goes
that
on
way,
to editing, right?
I can. That's also a closing on editing as well, mixing and mastering. It all should
Mm-hmm.
be done by early June. That's what I'm projecting for this album right now. I'm currently working on skits, and I'm currently working on what is it? Mixing and mastering. And it's gonna be a nice end to that journey because wow, I had no idea what this was going to be about, like at all. Like
I remember you were telling
this
me.
was a this was a concept that I couldn't rush even if I wanted to. Like I was truthfully captivated by its weight. I'm not saying like, oh my god, this is the best thing I've ever made, but I'm saying like this is the one, piece that I've actually like, all right, let's dissect this, see how I'm
Mm-hmm.
feeling about that, see how I'm feeling about this, and it's very reminiscent, and and I'm almost using emotions more modern emotions to explain the ones in the past. So like a lot of my music ages like fine wine. There's a lot of stuff that I make, and it's a form of analysis paralysis.
Mm-hmm.
I think, or I've come to learn and discover that it's a form of that because it's like you see how well it is in the moment because that's what it is. I have more difficulty seeing where it can go when it's already done. Like this structure is already good. You don't need to add anything else to it. So I think like there's a lot of those aspects in life, especially in the performing arts. Like if no one gives you any notes, it's so scary because now it's like, okay, do I go back to that or do I try something else? Do I? But in the end, at the end of the day, it's like you just got to feel the audience out. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's really different. It can be difficult, you know what I mean? But the thing is, I am actually doing such a really good job with just taking my time and just not trying to judge myself so hard.
Yeah.
Um, I realized that maybe when you look at it from a glance, 30 songs or like 25 songs, see that's where this video will like differ in time because I'm actually not sure right now. It should be about close to an hour, maybe 70, 80 minutes. Um, Probably closer to an hour because I really want to showcase my work while at the same time really having the listener grasp and gravitate towards what I have to offer sonically.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's an all-time dream to what is it? It's an all-time dream to do soundtracks and to score films and video games, just a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also directing a musical right now at a place where I thought I basically, oh, I've overstayed my welcome. I clearly am not doing as not as good. I should restate that as I'm not going as like I'm not pushing myself to my fullest potential, and it's bothering me.
Oh,
You
okay.
know what I
I
mean?
got you.
It's like,
Yeah, I know that feeling.
and so like it's like, oh man, like I wish I could like snap it and put it together, but like I don't know how to handle real life this relationship,
Just like
and
balancing
then
it
they
out.
just, you know what I mean? Like it just,
Yeah.
God, it was just a real vulnerable time in my life at least. So it's like, okay, well, now that I'm back and now that I've basically given myself a positive reputation, I've built myself from the ground up ever since
Mm-hmm.
that. And so they gave me the opportunity, and I was offered this by multiple people, and so I thought, okay, well, I think I really need to take this as a sign because at the time, again, it was another vulnerable time in my life. Multiple angles being pulled at the same time, and I had very much lost focus in the goal. There's times where one can really get lost in their delusions of grandeur and get those mixed up with reality. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure we've all talked to ourselves in the shower and interviewed ourselves, imagining ourselves we're on the Tonight Show with Jimmy, whoever it is,
Whichever Jimmy you want.
you know. And so, like, I think to myself, maybe I'm not there yet, but at one point in my life, I thought, man, it'd be great to direct. Man, it'd be great to play piano.
What the hell is What was?
Sorry.
Oh my god, that threw me off too. Holy shit. You know what? That might be on the phone. Hold on, wait. What if I do this?
It looks like it's like doing sign language for you.
Here.
No, but so
I can do
like,
this.
nice.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, yeah, we've all been through like stuff like that. Like, trust me, there are just times I'm just like, you know, it's like, oh my god, I'll be like a big streamer or a big YouTube content creator, shit
You
like
know,
that.
and a lot of that for me was like, okay, like you'll never create a song. You'll never create like you'll never write
Like
you'll
a
never write
musical.
an actual theatrical piece. You won't go back to voice acting. Like there was a lot of stuff that I had to overcome from here to then. Like, although I've been, you know, quoted with saying, "Oh, COVID was like a cool thing, at least for me, because I got to see a lot of people kind of step back and really
Just
like
kind of like do like a reality check on themselves.
exactly like people couldn't really flow in their regular environment." And so that forced me to step out of my comfort zone, and it was so liberating. And so now that we're back, I have to go back to that state.
Or
Now I can go double instead of like, okay, I had a little taste. This was nice. Oh, wait, everybody's back. Okay, let me go back. Let me go back. Like I'm slowly doing that in real life right now, like slowly but surely. But I also realized that, you know, even in high school, I loved to stack my plate with a bunch of things. And right now, currently, I'm got like 4 things going on right now, and you know, I'm really thankful for that. And so it's better to be like busy than like have absolutely nothing on your plate.
I
Like,
agree. Like, I think that was the one thing that I always struggled with. Like, before I even did any of this stuff, it was just like I have the tools to do said things. It was just a matter of just like starting it. I think we've all been there.
I think that's the one delusion of grandeur that has so much weight to its reality. Like, just to get started.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I'll give you another example. Going to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And people are so like, what do you mean? If I just got ready and shit, yeah, if you just got ready. If you just got ready.
Mm-hmm.
That in and of itself is the hardest thing mentally for majority of people. Because once you're in the fucking door, it's idiosyncrasy. And it's that much easier to keep it going. It's training its muscle so that you can build a muscle memory, you know?
Yeah. And it's funny that you're mentioning that too, because there was a week that me and Kevin actually did go. We took advantage of a free week at LA Fitness. And I think it really, and what's funny is that I'm like, oh yeah, it definitely taught me like, yeah, maybe like just start actually like maximizing your time and just knowing how to balance it. And it's like on top of that, like even with my folks in town right now, there are days I visit them because they're not too far from me. They're like 20 minutes away, something like that.
Mm.
And I was like, you know what, maybe I'll just go visit them, have lunch with them, and then, you know, we'll just talk about whatever. And I was like, it kind of helped me like realize you really do need to figure out how to maximize time. Because I'm not gonna lie, there was a point like for a while, even like since fucking last year, where I was just like, I just go in, go to work, go home, play video games till like fucking 3, 4 in the morning, knock out, repeat. And I was like, that is like a very inefficient use of my time. I need to like figure out how to balance it out accordingly. And I think I'm doing a little better now, but it's, you know, time will tell on that.
Yeah, it's crazy. But as I've said before, like, man, it's just reflecting on all of what we've done. Like, I remember when we didn't have any of this stuff to express ourselves. I even remember when you and I were just commuting to college,
Oh yeah.
school, killing and whatnot. I imagined you in this little frame here. Like, I always just imagined you with the headset, you gaming like that. Like, it's so weird how visions like work. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like,
Or like ideas of people, stuff like that.
I saw it as plain as day. Like, it's crazy. Like,
Hmm.
it's even a gift for me to say, like, I'll quote like a little thing here. I mean, I've had my friends here as well as you. You've seen I can make a song in 20 minutes, and albeit it's not the traditional, methodology. I have my own theories.
Hmm.
I like to bend, you know, my own discoveries. Like, oh, okay, have a favorite song, have another favorite song, similar keys. I could chop it up, and now it's a salad. And it's almost like a mosaic. It's a
Yeah. Okay.
it's
Yes,
a
I
it's a
like that.
collage. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? It's a totally, completely new, different thing. And the irony is that we've been recycling the same uh, little chord progressions, or right? I shouldn't say chord progressions. I should just say progressions in music, because it's like they just same song, different tones. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, SSDD, like on if you want to have another way to rephrase it.
It's really just, it blows my mind, like what human nature has done with it.
Hmm.
It's really cool. And so, like, some might think it's like stereotypes, some might think it's not. Like, right now, the hardest thing for me to I'm over at my old high school currently. We're doing a
Our old high
production of Lady
school,
in
you know that,
Black.
right?
That's right. We're both alma mater from the
Hmm.
same high school.
Alma maters from the same school. We're not. I am not going to that that reunion.
No
Fuck that.
Alamani Higa School.
But
My God.
yeah, that's a crazy thing to
It's
think about too. It's been.
there you go. There you go. Put it to you straight and simple, Jeremy. Knowing me in high school, someone like me academically, would you ever have imagined that this dude over here was
Would,
gonna get hired by my high school like more than one time, like
mm-mm.
twice, three times?
Like I would probably say like you probably had the smallest chance. I never said it was. I mean, I would never say it's zero for anybody, but I would definitely say, oh, there's like, it's like you got probably like at best like a 2%
I'll,
chance.
I'll spit some poetic justice right now.
Mm-hmm.
My eighth grade teacher, who gave me kind of like a rough time, like, I get it, very tough on me.
Like
I was
tough
very
love type shit.
rebellious, like, at the time, so I was like, I was very much questioning the the establishment, and I was not, although I wasn't part of the team that was trying to dismantle it. I was just on the sidelines frowning, like,
Yeah.
and so that teacher very much was ingrained in my head, because I admired him for 2 years, but then, like, I let my own ignorance and my own naivety get the better of my personality. So I
Mm-hmm.
very much made a bunch of, like, enemies, should I say, just to being socially inept to most of these things.
Yeah.
Everybody was hanging out, visiting each other's homes. They already had, like, oh my God, it's like so many years together. But yeah, that last year was just not was not so cool. So the reason why I'm mentioning this is because that was, like, one of the darker times in my life. I actually got hired first than him, like, to teach, because now he's actually teaching at Alamany
Mm-hmm.
as a regular teacher. So
Yeah.
I don't, weird flex, weird, I know, but it's just weird. It's like, yo, dude, like, you were needed for your uh you were needed for your talents, your you know what I mean, like everything that I had to offer, they needed at the time. And never in a million years did I ever think, at a place that, it wasn't so difficult, but like I found it so difficult to navigate in real life because I had so much on my plate and I was trying to balance and trying to please so many people. I just, at the end of the day, I didn't know how to satisfy myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry to, go on. But yeah, it's just, there's a lot of like eye-opening, jaw-dropping, like, what's the word here? Prophecies that have basically come true. And in this moment right now, just talking, like it makes me like excited and happy to know what the future is, because if I didn't try as much then because I was afraid, and now I know what to expect, and now I'm fully like on board and ready to adapt to whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for the future of this. Like, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, because I know like you and I just randomly like one night, well, actually not even like one night specifically, the night that we watched good friend of ours, Mr. Trevor, become Sweeney Todd himself, and
Mm-hmm.
the car ride back was, I think, like that whole car ride back, I was like, I gotta bring, like that whole time, like after, during the show or before the show, during the show, after the show, I was just like, I need to get back on this shit. I can't just be
we were
streaming.
we were artistically captivated in that moment
Mm-hmm.
by the beauty of an ensemble. And
Mm-hmm.
I've said it before, like as a whole, like that production was so much greater than the sum of its parts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was brought together so well, and I you know what I mean. As harsh as I can judge a college production,
Yeah.
that was very good. That was very nice, and it was so nice. It didn't matter what artistic aspect it was. That's why I'm referencing this. Like, one was artistically captivated for, like, if you watched that, it
Mm-hmm.
took you back. To me, it very much said, "Yo, you used to do this all the time. What happened?"
Mm-hmm.
And I go back to the moment of saying, okay, well, there was, that whole moment of COVID before that whole thing happened. And I can't like keep hating myself for like not
For like
knowing
not.
how to adapt in an
Mm-hmm.
environment. And so like if I really just in the moment right now just describe what I was feeling, it was very much, yo, you can try just a little harder. You know what I mean? Like, although you've learned to adapt, now you can you can charge. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I just wasn't charging.
Just kind of
I
just
was I
going with
was
the flow
staying
type of thing.
static. I was growing, staying static, and dodging every obstacle that came my way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you were just going to Safeway. You just
So now if I move and I use the same tactic, that's when I'll start to move heads. You know what I
mm-hmm.
mean? So it's like, so metaphorically, what I mean to say is I need to go back to filming more
Mm-hmm.
on like guerrilla style. Like I
Or the
really
old school
do.
way we did our filming, because I still remember,
That was
and that was
it's
peak COVID time. That
it's
was
still
cool.
it's still an innovative way to shoot. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Ugh. People take our like their everyday phones for granted. I've said it once, I'll say it again. It's Hollywood in your pockets.
Mm-hmm.
Got your agents, you got your people, you got your camera, you got the networks. What the apps and the networks. What else do you need? What else do you need?
Like, yeah, I mean, and then you could also do voice recordings too on top of it.
That's what I'm saying. The apps, the applications, and the it's just, yeah. I need to do that more because I realize that maybe staying in the same black and white aesthetic is getting a little too repetitive.
I was about to say too, because like that is a something I did acknowledge to at some point. I was just like, you really are liking this aesthetic, aren't you? And it's like, I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like at some point it does hit it. Like you said, it becomes repetitive. You gotta, like, for me, I'm changing. Like, it's the same way how I view streaming. I have to change up my content. I can't be this. I can't just be the. I hate being the one trick pony, which I call like one of my coworkers who streams like at night, fucking one trick pony, because I was like, dude, you got to play something else, because this is just, because every time it's like, oh geez, what is he gonna stream? Streams the same thing.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, so look, I need to go. I'm a 5-trick pony. I'm a composer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a freaking actor. I'm a freaking singer. I like to film shit. You know what I mean? And then what's the other thing? I guess piano. You feel me? Like, I'm an instrumentalist.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, it's not overwhelming anymore. Like, I know how to fuse every single one of those things. It's just overwhelming to my brain in this moment, because I to fathom that again. Still, you're witnessing this right now. I don't, maybe it's imposter syndrome. It's basically like, yo, dude, you are that guy.
Mm-hmm.
You are that guy.
Yeah.
Just keep going. And it's just, I don't know. Maybe that's why I constantly, like, always, appreciate my friends whenever they're there in the moment.
Yeah. I mean, just having that like support system too is very important as well.
Super.
Because you can't. I mean, sure, you can always work on a production like alone, or like whatever you're doing alone, but at some point you do need people.
It's a team.
You need a team. Yeah, exactly. You need a whole team to monitor everything, or like just not only keep in check with you, but also make sure like everything's going well in said production. Because I'm not gonna lie, I could definitely I have Gavin on that sometimes whenever he's able to pull up on my streams and just let me know, hey, there's something wrong with your stream, or maybe there's like audio delay, shit like that. I never will know some things until like, because like before I didn't like, yeah, shout out to him.
Shout out again.
Yeah. But there were just times before, like when I had like nobody watching, I wouldn't know any issues until literally like it's done and it's like fully uploaded and everything, and it would piss me off. That was like one of the many things that I would sometimes like have issues in. But now that like obviously you just take those mistakes as lessons, then all right, okay, what did I learn from this well, there you go. I just had to do this thing, do that, set a program and all.
God, like it's okay. We're coming around circle about the whole just being prepared. You know what I mean? Like, if you have everything prepared, like you just have to go down the list, and it's so much easier. It's prepping. That's the key to everything in life.
Yeah.
To cooking, to acting, to playing a song. You just have to have everything in order.
Yep.
And there's kind of a block for me when it comes to like writing stuff down. Like, I always want to remember it. Like, I always want to. I just conjure it. I'm good at memorizing things. It's how I came to fall in love with acting. It's very much a talent. It captivates somebody.
Yeah.
You're just in your own skin. Like, it's weird. Like, you transform. There's no polymerization or no like smoke and mirrors to display it. It's genuine, like a simple mask, and you are 100% transformed into another character. It's nice, and I miss it. I've been only doing voice acting, and so I want to see if I can venture more off into the improv world, where I can do more film work and more expand my theater work. That's the main goal right now.
Right.
Just want to thank everybody for joining in, man.
Yeah, of course. yeah, there's a lot of things that we do have like ideas for, and obviously we'll we'll shout each other out. I know, like, at least like hopefully I can get the Trevor and Kevin, if like they ever Kevin has like pretty much like all the time in the world, or you can figure out how to make that time. Trevor, we know he's a very busy man, but we got to get him on this production, or we got at least
Yeah,
get him on
I don't
this.
blame anybody if they're busy. You feel me? Like,
Yeah,
I'll get
it's the
them
same
on.
thing with us. It's like when just when shit just happens, it's like there's only so much you can do, and it's like okay, something's got to get sacrificed. That work isn't work until you have to make a sacrifice for something. Whether it's your sometimes like, hey, I just have a personal thing I need to take care of, and then but once I get back from said thing, I'll be good to go. Something like that. Because even in my current situation, like I'm working 2 jobs, dude. Like I work obviously a department store, and I work at a clothing store, but they take like a lot of my time. Always working. Usually, I'm working longer shifts. If not, like at most like 4, or like at least 4.
It feels that.
But you know what? It's like, hey, I gotta now. This like I think with these 2 jobs, it's really taught me. You really need to figure out how to balance time, because there are just days that it's like, dude, I literally have so much time before I go to work, or like in this case, it's after work, that I was like, you got to do something. It's either you stream or you do something else. And I was like, look what we're doing right now.
God, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I have a golf game in the morning, and I'm excited for that. Ugh.
Yeah. But
sorry, I'm so glad that we spoke of this. Like it's good to reminisce. I think it's healthy.
Like that's what the this podcast is essentially is. It's not only just us talking about just like random shit that like we're interested in, but it's also just making sure we're like staying in tune with ourselves.
This is so nice. This is nice. This is
yeah.
I feel the spirituality among.
Yeah, exactly.
So nice.
It feels really nice, dude. And like I said, if we can get like everybody, other people on this, whether we have guests or if it's just even our own friend group, I'd say that's a fucking success to me. Now it's just a matter of just like deciding, okay, when do we record and when do I upload? So, yeah. But that's not even the hard part. That honestly, well, the editing is like, well, that just depends. Like who's recording. That's the only thing we have to figure out, which in my case, it's recording. I'm recording it, but I'm sure you could figure something out.
I think this would be, oh my God, this would be amazing. This would be amazing. If you could edit your parts, you want to be funny, and then I'll edit my parts, and then we'll just hot potato who gets to edit the whole entire thing.
You could always like just like cut the podcast into bits too, like just use it as short form content on top of it.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, but anything you want to close out on before we get out of here?
I think I just want to just throw my Instagram handle out there.
Yeah, what? Where can everyone find you, dude?
On IG. You can find me at RDYRMND. Stands for Read Your Mind. If you hear Ready Raymond, it's an inside joke.
It's kind of an inside joke. It's honestly like the first thing everyone says usually when they see it. But yeah.
Because of a gamer, like, okay, we're gaming, and basically my friend reads it like that on purpose because it's like, oh wait, shit, that's not what it is. Oh,
that's how I read it.
Like, no!
You know what's funny is that's how I read it.
And see that too. Like, okay, fine. You just gotta like look at it a certain way, and I thought, this adds this like this whole phenomenon that we're discussing right now just adds to the whole aesthetic. So I think, all right, let's just keep the name.
Let's just keep the joke going, essentially. Yeah,
because I very much, it's like it's very psychological. Whatever cerebral is, it's not a real word, or if it is, I'm not using it in the right context.
Well, I don't think it's in the right context.
And so I'm like, it's there's a bit of mystery, a bit of like, not Riddler-esque, but like, it's very philosophical. I don't know.
Something like that. Yeah.
Open to discussion type stuff.
There you go. There you go. But
you know.
But
So yeah, that's really it. Be on the lookout. I'll be shooting some more videos involving our friend Mr. Zero Requiem here.
Yep,
if you're right here,
yep.
you're right here.
Yeah.
Or if you're right here.
Yeah, wherever I am. Yeah, you can. Yeah, pretty much that's a way to close it out. Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. Zero Requiem 14. Pretty much just do daily, or well, not daily, but like I try to stream as much as I can between working 2 jobs, and hopefully we get this podcast more consistent. That's always been the issue with us. It's just consistency, but we'll figure it out. And hopefully we have more guests on the way. But be on the lookout for that, guys. Anyways, thank you guys for watching or listening. However you took in all of this stuff. We'll be back next time, hopefully with more guests. Otherwise, it's just going to be the 2 of us. Anyways.
Oh, yeah, man.
Thank you guys.
Off the top, baby.
Yep. Off the top, we're fucking back. We are fucking back.
Fucking back, baby.
All right. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Peace. And Q, slow down. Damn.
Mm-hmm.